All right, let's get going. Everyone, welcome to our quick 30-minute webinar. My name is Phil Corbin, Sales and Marketing Director here at Variphy. I'm here today with Matt Sykes and Mike Stratton, our Superstar Systems Engineers. In today's webinar, we're going to cover what's new in our 12.1.3 release of Variphy. We're going to start off with a quick overview of our company, what we do. I'm going to jump into a live demo with Mike, guide you through everything new from DID block number CSV import, real-time CCX agent status summary widgets, CDR secondary groupings, analytics by week, 12.5 support, CCX reporting by call wrap-up data, and much more. We're going to pause for Q&A and get some of your questions answered. During the demo, if you have any questions, make sure to ask them in the Q&A panel at the bottom right of the screen. After Q&A, we are going to reward one lucky attendee a $50 Amazon gift card, so hang around, see what you may have won. Quick overview of Variphy. We are the preferred analytics and management solution for Cisco collaboration. We provide industry-leading CDR reporting and analytics, customizable dashboards and widgets, CCX reporting, remote phone control, change management, but today we're going to cover what's new in all of Variphy in the 12.1.3 release. If you have any other questions on any other features, we can most definitely take them offline and get those answered. So now, Mike is going to show you what's new in our 12.1.3 release.
Thank you, Phil.
I think I just passed you the ball there.
You did. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, you should also be able to see my screen. Thank you, everyone. Today, I will be presenting an overview of the important new features included in Variphy 12.1.3. It was released back on March 30th. This will be a high-level overview. We will be presenting additional webinars over the upcoming weeks to cover the new features more in depth. Please refer to our website at variphy.com webinars to sign up for any upcoming events. Some of the upcoming webinar topics are next week is DID number management, how to report on your now fully remote workforce. We have a couple of contact center webinars coming up, followed by some home group reporting. The first set of updates I'm going to cover the first set of updates I'm going to cover are for our call analytics reporting. In 12.1.3, we added the ability for users to view where a report is being used in the software. This small but helpful feature can identify any potential issues if the user were going to modify or delete the report. For example, a report can be used in a schedule, it can be used in a dashboard, widget, or assigned to a user or user group. This feature is also available in the UCCX reporting. You'll see it here with this icon on the right-hand side. If I hover over it, it'll say report use information. If I click on it, it'll show me the information for like this no calls report. So this no calls report is part of a daily schedule. It's also part of a dashboard widget, and it's also shared to a user group. Also new to 12.1.3 is support for secondary grouping. This will give the user the ability to add another level of grouping to a new or existing report for some grouping types. Not every grouping type will offer a secondary grouping option. More groupings will be added in future releases. A list of the supported secondary groupings is available in our knowledge base right here. You'll see the entire list here. And jumping into our reports, let's X out of here. If I edit this report I have already built, we'll go under the grouping statistics. You'll see here I only have one primary grouping type selected, which is the original called party number. If I change that to the terminating CUCM department, you'll see I have a second drop-down available. Right now none is selected. If I change that to terminating CUCM and user ID, now when the report runs, I'll group first by terminating CUCM departments, and then second by the terminating CUCM and user ID. So when I run the report, it'll look something like this. I have up on top the first department, which is the IT department, and then I have the weekly counts for that department. And then below it are the end users represented by their user ID that reside within that department. And then the next department is operations, followed by that end user, and then sales, followed by that end user. And then to the right, you can see our third new update for the call analytics reporting. We added a new time period to time analytics. The data can now be displayed by calendar week. It is also available under the search set statistics and is available when creating a call volume by time period widget. So it's over here in the top right corner. You'll see that the IT department has its total call count grouped by the week of March 22nd. And then to the right, it's the week of March 29th. And then further to the right is the current week. If we go back under, and we added that same report, you'll see it under the grouping statistics. Scroll towards the bottom. You'll see it here as a selected time unit type. It's also available for the call scenario volume tables here and the call scenario volume charts. It's also available under the search statistics. And if we jump over to the dashboards, we'll see a call volume by time period widget. Now this system is a lab system. It only has data going back to March 22nd, but you'll see that the data is also broken down by week or by calendar week. And if you edit the widget, you can see it is a call volume by time period widget, and then week is now an available time period type. There are 3 new features available for Contact Center. We added support for UCCX version 12.5. We also added the ability to search on-call wrap-up data. If we create a report for Contact Center, let's jump into the UCCX. When creating an agent or a CSQ-based report or editing an existing report, if you go under Call Details, go to Create Call Details Search Set, you will now find call wrap-up data as an available search criteria. It acts just like any other search criteria within the system. You have the operator drop-down where you can do equals, contain, starts with, does not contain, and then you enter in the value of the call wrap-up data that you wish to either include or exclude from the report. The third update for UCCX is the agent state summary for the real-time agent widget. This presents the agent state data in a graphical interface. Jump back into the dashboard, and on the right-hand side, you will see the real-time agent widget. This is what we call the activity table. This was the way that the agent widget was first released. You'll see if we edit the widget, right here you have different display options. Right now the activity table is selected, but now in 12.1.3 we've added the summary chart and the summary legend. So I have a dashboard already set up with the different options. So here you see the real-time agent widget with the chart only. You'll see that we have 1 agent not ready. We have 2 agents that are ready. Here below is the chart with the legend on the right-hand side. And then further on the right is the widget with the table, the chart, and the legend. I can even bring up, I have access to Matt's phone. I can go ahead, it can go from ready to not ready break, and you'll see that the chart has already updated, showing that he is not ready. And as far as the chart, you can also edit the chart and display only the summary legend. So you only see just the counts for your agents. The final feature released in 12.1.3 is our DID block import for the DID management tool. This allows a user to import a block or multiple blocks of DIDs into DID management. Jumping into DID management, under configure, you'll see 2 new options available when you create a DID block. You can download the CSV template. This template will help you format the file or format your import. And I have an example here. It's just 5 columns, DID number, they're the end of the range, and then if necessary, you can enter in the CUCM DM, the route partition, or the CUCM cluster. When you're ready to import, click on DID blocks, and then select your import file, finish configuring the imports, and once you click the import button, the software will take over from there and create your either DID block or multiple DID blocks based upon what's in the file. Okay, and that wraps up the new features for 12.1.3. The updates and instructions on applying the upgrade can be downloaded from our website. If you would like technical assistance with the upgrade, shoot us an email at support@variphy.com. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Mike. Hello, all. This is Matt Sykes, System Engineer with Variphy. We are now entering into the Q&A section of the webinar today. So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead now and chat them through in the Q&A panel directly to us, and we can go ahead and answer those in the next couple of minutes. A couple of questions I do have already that came down the pipeline from Sandra. One is questioning, how long does it take to upgrade the Variphy installation? It actually takes only a matter of minutes. I want to say the downtime would be less than 5 minutes. All it would just take is downloading the media from our website, moving on to the selected server, and then running the installer package. So it should take no more than 5-10 minutes max. All right. Oh, here's a decent question. Came in from Kyle. Looking to potentially maybe filter states within maybe one of these real-time agent widgets for perhaps filtering out the logged out users that are not ready and that are not logged into Finesse. So Mike, if you wouldn't mind, since we're in your lab here right now, would go ahead and edit one of your widgets. So as one of these that we're looking at right here that actually is looking at logged out users as well. So if we go into the search set section within the widget, by default at the very top, we will turn on show agents in all states, but we can very easily turn that off. And then within the dropdown, we can kind of just select logged in only. That will encompass all of the other states that are in that dropdown outside of logged out. So once Mike saves this, it will specify just only. Do it on the one on the right that actually has the listings of the logged outs as well, if you wouldn't mind, Mike. Yeah, that one. Replicate that. Go into the search sets. We will turn off the show all agents toggle and select logged in only. As I mentioned, that will cover everything, every state except logged out. And once Mike saves that, shrinks the widget right there. And now we're no longer looking at logged out agents. Now we're only looking at logged in agents. Obviously, if we needed to be more specific, we most certainly could with the states and the reasons. That was definitely a very good question. Thank you, Kyle. A couple, okay, new questions that just came in from Cedric. Can you convert a Windows installation to Linux? Yes, we can. It would just depend exactly the deployment model that you're currently utilizing. If we're utilizing Microsoft SQL or MySQL database software, we'll need to go ahead and make sure that we can properly migrate that database over to its proper new installation platform, which would be Linux. Thank you. That's a good question. Something we could definitely assist you with on a support level. Let's see. Here's another question. Will we have any data loss during the upgrade downtime? Thank you for that question, Sandra. There will not be any data loss during downtime. Actually, the data coming from Call Manager would be momentarily queued up in a process directory waiting to be written into the database. And when it comes to the agent reporting, that is actually housed in UCCX Informix databases as well as Finesse. So we're reading those real time and not querying and not having anything stored locally on our application. Good question. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, here's one from Shane. Does the DID manager handle summarized patterns? For example, I know that the route pattern of 919.555.121x equals 1 through 9. The DID manager, yes, it can handle summarized patterns. So if we were searching within the DID management tool, we could certainly utilize the patterns with those X characters for wildcards, most certainly. Question, Shane. Here's a good question from Sandy. Can I make the font size on the agent counts on that widget larger? And actually, yes, we most certainly can. We can make the font sizes inside the widget actually customizable. Mike, if you want to go ahead and just kind of demonstrate that in that widget right there. Go right to the edit, go right to the font size. And now we have a font scaler to play with for that specific widget, where it doesn't affect the global display of all the other widgets, just this one specifically. But the font scaler for the global font is at the top right corner of the screen. Question, thank you, Sandy. Let's see, question here from Syed. How about if our company don't allow file transfer from outside, is there a way to upgrade? That is a good question. Perhaps we could talk about that offline with regards to getting you the upgrade media into your hands. But that's definitely a good question. I'm going to jot that down and actually reach out to you individually after the fact. Good question, though. Okay, I think we may have a couple, another minute or two if anybody wants to propose any new questions. Okay, just any other additional questions? Okay. And let's see. Next week's webinar on April 15th will be on DID management import. Mike did touch on it real briefly with the new import utility that we now have in our 12.1.3 release. We will have webinar on that next week, as well as we have a pre-existing webinar video on our webinars page on our website that you can review prior to that webinar if you like. Some of our past and previous. Cedric has another question. Has there been any updates to the remote phone control in this version? I don't believe there's been any overhaul to or any major additions to the remote phone control module at the moment. I may need to know a little more specific what you'd be looking for as far as updates to that module. Most certainly we can take that offline if we want to address that a little further, if there are some insufficiencies. Okay. Also, I do want to mention that as we know with the current situation with with the COVID-19, the live event not in Vegas any longer. Verify we will be hosting our own live virtual event now for that week of Cisco Live. So definitely look to that and maybe register with that. That should be on our website, and we should be sending out some marketing blasts for that as well very shortly. All right. Any last minute questions, anyone? One last question from Syed. Is there any limit for the report size? Definitely, we would. I mean, there's definitely going to be some limitations from a server spec standpoint, but it would definitely need to. We would be better able to answer that question if we kind of knew what maybe the report structure or maybe the report time window, and definitely device numbers that we'd be looking at for some type of report. But most certainly, we definitely have year to date reporting as a relative date time frame as well. Any place to download a big report? As far yes, sorry, Syed, as far as large reports like that, most certainly you could definitely download them to to an FTP server or download them locally to a workstation that could be designated. But maybe for something that's that large, we would recommend automating it on the schedule perhaps. But most certainly, if you wanted to have it written to an FTP server, we could have that done on the scheduled routine as well. Devin has a question here. Can we determine in the new release version 12 on what end is a call disconnected? Need to know if a call was disconnected on the agent side or customer side. Great question, Devin. Actually, what we would need, what we would lean upon would be the Cisco cause codes for that. We would be able to see, I guess, which side of the table owns the quote unquote normal call clearing cause code that would denote who was the terminator of the call. So if it was the originator of the call had a normal call clearing, that would signify that they were the party that actually hung up the phone and it wasn't the agent. The converse, if it's the terminating cause code, then it would be the agent that actually hung up the device first. We can certainly show you that in the in a support request through the analytics. But yeah, that's definitely been in there for some time, so we can definitely show you that if need be. Great question. Okay, I think that should wrap up Q&A. So Phil, if you want to take us home, sir.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Right, let me grab the ball here. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. The winner is Amazon $50 gift card, Shane Pollock. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be in contact with you to send you over the $50 Amazon gift card. Thank you all for attending. Again, if you have any questions about any other feature that we offer, please fill out our free trial request form at verify.com/trial. We have upcoming webinars available at verify.com/webinars. Again, each and every Wednesday, we host a webinar on a variety of topics. So please visit our webinars page to sign up. Again, thank you all and have a great rest of your day.